The Draugr Rising Episode 4, Ascent to the Shattered Bifrost, or the God's Desperation. The long ship carved northward through iron-gray seas, the wind howling like wounded wolves. Erik stood at the helm, salt-crusted beard whipping, eyes fixed on the unnatural aurora that now bled green across the northern sky. No longer the gentle lights of old tales, but jagged wounds tearing at the heavens. The curse had not merely spread, it had burrowed deeper, poisoning the roots of Yggdrasil itself. Whispers reached them from every port they skirted. In Jutland, the dead rose in legions, dragging longships under the waves. In the Orkneys, entire clans vanished into barrows that belched emerald flame.
Asgard is no
Ingrid sharpened her axe beside him, the rhythmic scrape steadying her nerves. Asgard is no mortal realm, she said quietly. If the gods falter, what welcome do we expect? Erik's grip tightened on the tiller. We bring the cross that burned their plague. If they refuse us, we force the truth from their lips. Sigrid sat cross-legged amidships, her raven cloak spread like spilled ink. The bones she cast now refused to settle. They danced in unnatural patterns, clacking against the deck. The Norn's threads fray, she murmured. Heimdall's horn is silent, but the Gjallarhorn's echo comes from below, not above. Something climbs the world tree. Thora lounged against the gunwale, tossing a dagger idly. Her smirk had returned, sharper now.
God's bleeding
sounds like opportunity. If Odin's ravens are blind, who better to claim the high seat than those who've already slain a shade of Loki? A sudden tremor shook the sea. The water boiled ahead, and from the depths rose twisted shapes. Not mere Draugr, but sea wraiths fused with the curse. Bloated corpses of drowned raiders, their flesh translucent and veined with green, eyes like glowing abysses. Tentacles of rot extended from their backs, lashing at the ship. One wrapped around the mast, splintering wood with a crack like thunder. Battle erupted in sprays of foam and ichor. Erik roared, leaping to the prow, sword cleaving through necrotic limbs. Ingrid planted her shield, holding back a tide of grasping hands. Thora vaulted over the rail, landing on a wraith's back, daggers plunging into its skull until green fire erupted and it dissolved into foul mist. Sigrid chanted fiercely, the blue light of the Saxon cross flaring in her hand, now bound to her staff with rune-woven chains. Its glow pushed back the rot, but the wraiths adapted faster now, their forms shifting, growing armor of barnacles and bone. As the last creature sank, a voice boomed from the clouds, deep, weary, edged with desperation. Mortals who dare the ascent. The bridge is broken, yet you must cross. The sky split. A shattered rainbow bridge materialized, fragments of Bifrost hanging in the air like broken glass, held together by threads of fading gold. At its base stood Heimdall, the watchman of Asgard, but changed. One eye milky with curse veins, his great sword rusted at the edges, Gjallarhorn cracked and leaking faint emerald smoke. You bring the relic that wounded the trickster's shade, Heimdall rumbled, voice echoing across realms. But the plague feeds on divine ichor now. Fenrir's chains weaken. Jormungandr stirs in fury. The All-Father, Odin sees only shadows. Erik stepped forward, the cross's light pulsing in rhythm with his heart. Then let us see him. We end this curse, God or no. Heimdall regarded them with his remaining clear eye. The path upward is guarded by the fallen Einherjar, warriors who died valiantly, now risen as Einherjar Draugr, their valor twisted into endless rage. Past them and face the throne room where the Aesir cower. The ascent began. The broken bridge shifted underfoot, shards reforming only as they stepped, dissolving behind. Winds howled with the screams of the damned. At each fractured span, waves of Einherjar Draugr attacked. spectral warriors in gleaming but rotting mail, axes wreathed in green flame, shields cracked but unyielding. They fought with the skill of Valhalla's chosen, but their eyes burned with the same emerald hunger. Erik met them blade to blade, his strikes fueled by exile's fury. Ingrid's shield work held the line, her axe felling giants among them. Thora danced through the chaos, striking at joints and throats, laughing as she toppled armored horrors into the void. Sigrid wielded the cross like a beacon, its blue fire searing the curse from their forms. Some collapsed in gratitude, whispering thanks as their souls found release. Others fought on, too far gone. At the bridge's apex, the golden gates of Asgard loomed, half shattered, vines of black rot crawling across them. Beyond, the halls echoed with clashing steel and cries of despair. Odin sat upon his high seat, Gungnir planted beside him, but the spear's tip dripped green. His ravens were absent. Hugin and Munin had flown into the storm, never to return. The Allfather lifted his one eye. Exile, Shield Maiden, Seeress, Shadow Thief, you have climbed where gods fear to tread. Erik knelt, offering the cross. This bound Loki's illusion. It can bind the source, if you show us where the veil first cracked. Odin's laugh was hollow. The crack began in Midgard with Harald's greed, but the true wound festers in Niflheim, where Hel has welcomed the plague as kin. She marches her legions upward. Ragnarok comes not by fire and wolf, but by rot and silence. A tremor shook the hall. From the roots below, a roar, not Fenrir's, but something vaster. The dead were climbing Yggdrasil. Ingrid rose. Then we descend to Hel. We ended at the source. Thora grinned wickedly. A trip to the underworld? My favorite kind of raid. Sigrid clutched the cross tighter. The Norns demanded. The threads converge there. Odin nodded slowly, weary beyond measure. Take my blessing, mortals, and take this. He pressed a single golden feather into Erik's hand, remnant of his ravens. When the darkness closes, burn it. It will call what remains of my sight. The hall darkened as green mist rose through the floorboards. Draugr poured in, former gods' thralls, now puppets of the curse. The companions fought their way out, back to the broken bridge, now crumbling faster. Below, the world tree's roots writhed like serpents, leading downward into icy gloom. As they leaped from the last shard into the void, the feather glowed faintly in Erik's fist. The curse hungered. Hell waited, and the end of days whispered closer, to be continued.
Hell waits.